Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and we have here is a battery backup surge protector. I told you we'd be doing this, and I finally found the time to do it. It's late. I got a little energy left. It's been a long day, but we're going to do this because we promised. Actually, a viewer, subscriber, said in her comments of the day when I was talking about these people and they're this and that, be sure to tell them to get a battery backup with a surge protector. And I knew that, but I didn't say it, and she did. So here it is at her urging, and I don't have her name. Apologize for that. But I don't know what kind she has, but this is the one I settled on. I have a lot of customers that have high-end electronic sewing machines, and they have a surge protector because they don't want to get a surge and fry their electronics, which is a real thing. It could be a thunderstorm. It could be any number of things. Just could be a surge coming through the line at any given time without a cloud in the sky. You never know. But this is cheap protection. If you have a couple $1,000s tied up in a doggone nice high-end electronic with a, it's got the screen on it, everything's all electronic. You know it's electronic because it's going to say right on it. You know you need to get one of these. This one is a whopping, let's see what I pay for this one here, $89.99 with tax $97.41. I got it at Batteries Plus. The fine folks over there in Fort Worth on Camp Bowie Boulevard. Angel was the fellow that helped me, and I looked and looked and looked and got everybody's input. They're very knowledgeable over there. I've gone there a bunch of times. I always wanted to give them the last look because they work on phones for me, and there's a bunch of folks over there that know what they're doing, and they're glad to help. And like I went a lot of places, and they'd say, well, I think they're over there, and they get back to whatever they're doing. But the folks at Batteries Plus, they hands-on helped me and answered a lot of questions. I had a lot of questions. I want to make sure I had an understanding of these things, basically. And that is, for me, there's a whole lot of outlets you can get on these things. I mean, you can get them with all sorts of outlets. You can get them with 10 on this side, 10 on this side, and extended run time of, let's see, 5.9 hours if you're going to put it on your modem, or if you're going to put it on a piece of electronic equipment that you want to keep running during a interlude in a storm. But on a sewing machine, you want to protect it with surge and then maybe finish up a seam. I want it to surge protect, so if it goes kaboom, it doesn't fry someone's electronics on the machine. I always want to protect my customer's machine, and at the same time, I'll have it to maybe if I'm finishing stitching the machine out, I can go ahead and stitch it out. I don't need 4.3 hours, 67 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops. Notebook computer, network gateway, something like that. I don't know how many watts it's going to take. 180 watts would be 10 minutes. I can finish up stitching one out, or, come back, plug it in after the storm's over. But I have all sorts of generators and goal zeros, huge. I have tons of them. So I have 5 ways to make electricity here in my shop other than just what's plugged into the wall. So I'm more or less interested in protecting what's plugged in there. Now you can see I wanted one that was a little smaller too, because I want to have a great big contraption, because I don't have a lot of room in my shop. But you can see I have it up here, and it has plugged in. Let's see, we have, let's zoom this up a little bit so we can see what we're talking about here. It's got, that's good on your headache. There we go. It's got battery plus surge, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You plug in, you get the battery backup plus the surge protection. And over here is just strictly 1, 2 for just the surge protection. If you have something you want to plug in there, I have a lot of power tools, a lot of this, a lot of that, grinders, what have you, but they're all analog with the exception of my charger for my Milwaukee drill. It's computer, or electronic rather, but I want to protect primarily my customer's machine. So all I need is one, surge or battery surge. But the main thing is the surge protector, and then the battery's a bonus. So you can spend more money. You can go like the 199, 249, and get more battery power. The surge protection is going to be basically the same. The way it was explained to me, surge is surge, circuit breaker to circuit breaker. When it goes clunk, it protects it and it's done. And then you reset it after the storm passes, but you've protected your electronics. Now, when you get into the ones that have buku of backup power, then you're getting into a good deal of money. But that's up to you if you want to do that. But I got this one. It fits on my shelf. It's a basic. It has the plug-in for my phone charger, and it's just a good unit. Made by Schneider Electric. Now, Schneider Electric, maybe you never heard of them, but if you go out and look at the fuse box on your house, if it says Square D, or if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and look over there in the electric department where they have all the heavy wiring and stuff for wiring houses, it'll say Square D on all the panels and all the circuit breakers and all of this and that. Square D is a very good company, and Schneider, these folks right here, Schneider Electric, they're a U.S. stock exchange listed company. They're about 60 billion in assets. They're headquartered in France. Don't let that fool you. They've been around for, I don't know, since 1800s. They own a lot of other corporations. They're a big super corporation, and they own a lot of smaller affiliates that you probably heard of. But it's a good outfit. This particular item was not made in China. You guys are going to ask, was it made in China? No, it's made in Vietnam. They're an ally of ours, so we'll deal with that. And I have some sewing machines from time to time from Vietnam, and they make a pretty good little machine. You know, it's not made in America. It's not a 158 Kenmore. It's not a Singer made in Henderson, South Carolina. But the Vietnamese make some nice machines based on what they're selling against. You know, all these machines made today with the electronics and the plastic and what have you, they're all made to a standard. It's not the high standard, but it's what you're going to get when you go out there. But if you get a electronic machine like we get all the time in here, and you want to make sure it doesn't fry if there's a surge, an unexpected surge, is there any other kind? You know, you get a surge and you're like, what the heck? And you protected your electronics. So I told you I'd get you this. If you have one that you've researched, I researched a good deal and came up with this. If you have one that you've researched and you think mine's crappy, tell me about it. If you think the one you have is better, tell me why, because you guys are real good about giving me input. Some genius people out there with some genius information. And I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. And you guys out there and the consensus of all over the world, I talk to people, chat with people. You guys do everything there is to do all over the world. So I get a lot of good input. So I settled on this one. If you had another one, if you got a different one, put it in the comments. Let us know. But no matter what you get, if it's got a surge protector, you know what it's better than? It's better than zero. It's better than nothing. So if you get one of those $29 ones over at Walmart that hangs on the wall there, the $19.95 one, if it's got a surge protector, not all this other fancy doodad stuff, and it protects your machine when something goes kaput, that's better than nothing. So let me know what you got. And this is fulfilling my promise to tell you about what I use in my shop. And I've got the box out and all the good stuff was still on. I keep every receipt. I keep every box. My attic is insulated in boxes.